guys, and in this episode is all about WWE SummerSlam, and there's no kickoff matches, so we're gonna get right down into the main card, everything that happened, and we did start things off with Ricochet versus Logan Paul. Definitely an interesting and exciting matchup between the two, as expected, and seeing a lot of really insane spots between the two with the Spanish Fly that was crazy, the moonsault and everything. A hurricane neck breaker at one point, which is really crazy and insane. Definitely a while for sure, but in the end, Logan Paul actually getting his win. Definitely surprising on that in the way. I was going for Ricochet the most, but Logan Paul ended up getting his win. So curious to see what's going to be happening next for both, especially for Ricochet. So that's going to be something to check out. And then we had Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar Part 3, as these two continuing things. For the most part, Brock Lesnar actually dominating over Cody Rhodes and being able to take control of most of the matchup. Cody Rhodes trying to find the opening. At one point, which is weird, um, they were able to go to the outside and the use of the steel steps got involved directly to the face. I'm curious why that wasn't a DQ, since they use the steel steps, but if they are on it in some way, or it doesn't really have to really be affected as a DQ, but this one was directly to the face. So I thought that was weird that the referee didn't stop the match. They continued things. We saw obviously the suplex city F5, Cody Rhodes coming back out with cutters and stuff like that on his own, and he was able to get the win, which is really cool. And not only that, earned Brock Lesnar's respect. You don't see that too often. Out of Brock Lesnar with a handshake and a hug and everything. So that was really cool to be able to see that. So we'll see what Cody Rhodes has in store. It looks like he wants to get back to where he was before to finish his story. And then we get into the SummerSlam Battle Royal, which I didn't really care for this match. We had the likes of AJ Styles, Sheamus, and LA Knight, Tommaso Ciampa, Bronson Reed, and a few others, to name a few. And I was really going for LA Knight, and he did actually get his win. Almost tried to do his thing and be able to be the one to win. And everyone else eventually at some point was able to eliminate him, and then others followed him afterwards. And LA Knight became the last man standing, which is awesome. So it looks like he's going to have his push get started by Payback, from what I'm hearing. So I'm really excited about that and happy for him. And then being into the MMA rules match, I didn't think this was the right stipulation for Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. These two are doing the MMA style and everything, so it's not really going to sit well for a lot of people, which is understandable. A good thing I know about UFC and as well for MMA as a whole, but this one I felt like this should have been a part of a fight pit. The first ever women's fight pit would have been awesome for this, or just a different type of matchup or stipulation. But the right person won. Shayna Baszler won. I'm not too sure if Ronda Rousey is going to be not a part of WWE, maybe go to UFC or stay at home and something like that. So I'm really curious if this was her last time in WWE. And then we get into Gunther and Drew McIntyre for the Intercontinental Championship. These two having a hard-hitting matchup, definitely for sure, with the power bombs of Drew McIntyre trying to deal with not just the future shock, but trying to use the Claymore a couple of times. And of course, being a chop fest, we have actually Gunther retaining the Intercontinental Championship, so I think this feud will continue on that, and hopefully it will lead to Drew McIntyre filing the Intercontinental Championship at some point. And then we get into the World Heavyweight Championship match, Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. It was actually the one-on-one for quite a bit until the Judgment Day obviously showed up and then trying to help Finn Balor. Damian Priest actually tried to cash in and everything, but didn't really go as planned. So we still see a fair share of problems. So that's what led to the downfall. Seth Rollins actually retaining the world title. So it's kind of up in the air what's going to be happening with the Judgment Day. It looks like mainly just Damian Priest and Finn Balor having frustration. So not too sure what will happen as of this. I'm sure Damian Priest will cash it at some point on Seth Rollins. Just a matter of time of one. Then we got to the Women's Championship match, triple threat, Scott Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair. Really cool stuff here. I've seen like DDT on this when we saw the spear by Charlotte and everything, and these three trying everything that they can to get their win respectively. Also, when we had at one point Bianca Belair going up to the top and doing a 450 splash and everything, that was really cool. Submissions on one another and everything. Bianca Belair actually does win, but there's also more because we had Io Sky cashing in successfully and becoming women's champion, so that's really cool. So she can feud with any one of them, and we'll see what happens. So I'm happy to have Io Sky as women's champion. She deserves that for sure, especially with 1 year of damage control, not only for 1 year of Triple H, but 1 year for damage control on their anniversary, and Dakota Kai showed up, which is awesome. There, then we got the Universal title on the line, and Roman Reigns and as well Jey Uso drop combat using everything that they can here with the weapons, the candlesticks, the chairs, and everything else in between. Solo Sikoa getting involved in everything, but we did have a return here, and that's with Jimmy Uso, and he thought he was going to actually be at Jay's side on this one, but that wasn't the case. It looks like he's basically brainwashed at this point by everything from Roman Reigns and doesn't want to leave his side, so screwing over Jey Uso, helping out Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns keeping the Universal Championship. So very crazy on that. So took a little bit of a turn there. So is Jey Uso not having a way out, or is he going to stay away from the bloodline, be his own person on that, and be away from Jimmy? So really a lot more questions than answers now on that. So I'm curious to see where Jey Uso is going to be able to side with. So that's it with SummerSlam. So no returns, no debuts really for this one. So that's about it. Those are my thoughts for you all. Leave it in the comment section on the YouTube version. Leave a like, subscribe, and as well hit the notification bell to stay notified for all things in the Hot Seat Podcast. But that about does it for this episode of the In the Hot Seat Podcast. I'll catch everyone next time for the